Rule number 4, and this is specific to the junior mining community, but it expands maybe to the startup community in general. I invest in a lot of emerging tech, and I find that this rule has helped me. So out here we have 240 junior mining companies right now, and they're all exploring for certain mineral, some part of the world. Now I can't, back to my competitive advantage, I can't be a geologist and a mining engineer and a jurisdictional risk expert, right? And a technical analyst. I can't compete, in all of those places, right? So how do I determine of these 240, which are the ones that I should focus on? So I reduce this to who has the best people, and that's all I focus on. I put absolute blinders on, I reduce everything else about the company, and I say who's running the show. Because companies at this size, whether it's junior mining or venture tech, small businesses, you're not investing in the industry. You're not investing in the service or the product. You're investing in the integrity and decision-making of like 1 or 2 human beings. So that's what you should do your research on. It's all about the people over everything, all right? The beauty of this is that anybody can become an expert in people, and anybody can do diligence on people because we can find out who's the CEO. Okay, you're the CEO of XYZ company today. What were you doing 3 years ago? What were you doing 5 years ago, 10 years ago? And do they have a track record of success? They're telling you, we're gonna build this company to X valuation and sell it. Okay, have you ever done that before I let you have an adventure with my money? Now, I'm not adverse to betting on the rookie. I mean, most of my career, I've been the rookie soliciting bets, but when it comes to my investment dollars, I wanna bet on winners because success begets more success and winners attract other winners. In that workshop over there right now, it's probably where you should be. Ross Beattie's on stage. Ross Beattie is one of the most successful entrepreneurs ever in the mining business. He has built 15 companies and 15 times delivered a 10x return for his shareholders, all right? So when Ross starts a new deal, am I interested? Like, yeah, super interested, right? He's the broken slot machine. Now, you don't find many like Ross. You don't find any more like Ross, but you can look at the track record of CEOs and say, what were you doing before this business? Have you run 3 or 4 or 5 companies and you're just continually raising a bit of money, paying some salaries, moving on to the next thing? Are you a lifestyle CEO or do you build and sell things, right? I wanna know, and I wanna follow that track record.
Quick break here. This episode is brought to you by West Red Lake Gold Mines. Now, if you know nothing about West Red Lake Gold Mines, let me tell you one thing. This company was founded on the back of a transaction where they purchased the Madsen mine in northwestern Ontario in an area called the Red Lake Gold District, which to date has produced around 30 million ounces of gold from some of the richest gold deposits in the world. Now, what they paid for this mine versus what they got has led legendary mining entrepreneur Frank Giustra to call this transaction the deal of the decade. And Bob Moriarty, founder of 321 Gold, was recently on my show calling West Red Lake Gold Mines one of the 2 most undervalued gold companies in Canada. If you're curious why these individuals are so excited about West Red Lake Gold Mines, hit the link below to learn more. Now back to the episode.
Now, the benefit to getting the people right is that all that other stuff, are in mining, for example, are the rocks right? Well, good people are gonna have the best geologists in the world, right? Is the jurisdiction risky? Well, good people are gonna have the best geopolitical analysts in the world, and they're gonna build out their team accordingly. If you find the CEOs that consistently win, you'll find other winners on their board of advisors and board of directors. And I spread this out past just the CEO, by the way. I look at the board of directors, I look at the board of advisors, and I wanna look at everybody's resume and find out what they were doing before this venture, right? And if you find success, you usually find it on a bunch of people, not just 1 or 2. Rule number 5, follow the smartest money. So this is admittedly a kitschy hack that I started using when I began investing in this industry. And so the reason I built this into my decision-making was because there's 240 companies out there. And how am I supposed to know, which are worth my attention? Let's just assume if you have 100 investment opportunities on your desk, that 90 probably are not worth your time. I mean, let's just be frank. You'd prefer to just expedite your focus to the top 10%, right? I mean, obviously you'd want to do that. A lot harder to do that in reality. So what this hack did for me when I started is I created a list of about 25 legendary junior mining investors. Individuals like Thomas Kaplan, Rick Rule, Eric Sprott, Frank Justra. And then I created Google alerts for all of these names. I mean, these are the individuals that have made hundreds of millions and billions of dollars investing in this business. So when I started, I just wanted to know what they were doing all of the time. And so I had about 30 Google alerts. And every time Eric Sprott wrote a check into a company, the company would inevitably press release this, and I would get an email, right? It wouldn't give me conclusive direction about where I should go, but it would tell me where the smartest money in the business was going. And over time, I could start to develop trends and patterns. It's like, oh, they all seem to gravitate towards companies like this. And quite frankly, this is how I got to my people over everything rule, because that was without question the most common denominator that I saw the smartest money using as their key decision-making process.